Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm going to give 5 simple secrets to make your videos look more professional. One is white balance, and I think this is something that can kill your videos relatively easily from looking amazing to not so amazing. You know, there have been times where we've had to go back and forth with customers because the videographer that shot it didn't adjust white balance properly and the home looked super yellow or colors. So you need to make sure that you're monitoring your camera and your display and making sure that the white balance that shows up in camera is what it looks like when you're standing there in the property. You know, the last thing you want to do is portray a property that doesn't look like it does in person, and that's a quick way to have a bad customer experience. And like I said, I know this one from experience, and it's really tough to adjust white balance because with video you're typically not shooting raw. It's kind of like shooting JPEG images, so if your white balance is off, you only have so much flexibility in regards to white balance setting to make it look accurate. So it's usually make it more yellow or make it more blue, and the end result isn't very good. So spend the extra time and make sure that your white balance is close to what it looks like in the property. Simple secret number 2 is going to be framing and composition. And this one might seem pretty basic, but I think it's very important to focus on what you are shooting. You know, make sure that your framing is interesting to a potential buyer. I think that's the goal, right? The end goal of the video is to help sell and market a property online. You know, I think it's important to mix up your shots, right? Have different types of shots. Do slider like, panning like, up, down, push, pull. And, you know, what are you framing? How is the room framed? What does the structure of the property look like? Can you get back and capture, you know, a couple rooms together, or, you know, so you just kind of got to piece it together, make sure that your framing and composition is interesting to potential buyers, and actually a video that even you would like to view. And that's kind of how we like to judge our videos. Is this something that we like to view, or is it something that's like too shaky, or you're taking shots of things that aren't interesting, and it just disengages potential buyers. So anyways, simple secret number 3 is going to be your focal length. And I think this is important, especially with real estate videography, is just to kind of vary your focal length. Obviously, when you're in a confined space, really small rooms, you're going to be full wide and just doing a pan shot or a slider like shot. But if you have space in a property, I think, assuming you're shooting on a full frame camera, right? So 16 millimeters is a good wide angle. Now, if you're shooting on APS-C, that would be 10 millimeters. But 24 millimeters is actually a good video focal length as well. You know, if you're walking around in a property that has a lot of space, that, you know, like I said, confined spaces, you're going to be limited to more wide shots. But just kind of mix up your shots, you know, just like you do with the type of shots that you shoot, slider like, panning shot, push pull, up down. You need to also mix up your focal length just to kind of make it more interesting. And we try to do a lot of B-roll as well, some interesting things at a property, maybe some plants. Just mix those things in there in your videos, and it'll make the video more interesting. I think that's very important. And secret number 4 is going to be shooting for the edit. I think this is something that is overlooked a lot of times, and I think it's easier done if you are the one on the editing side. So likely if you're just starting out as a real estate videographer, sitting down and editing is different. And you know, once you have that experience, when you go out and shoot, it can save a ton of time to shoot in the order in which you're going to be editing, as well as deleting those shots that you know aren't going to make it to your end edit. So save yourself time in front of the computer deleting stuff by managing it as you're shooting. So shoot the front, then the main areas, and then transition out back, and just try to mix up your shots as you go and shoot in a flow that makes sense for a real estate video. Secret number 5 is going to be good use good audio. So audio is super important. It's important to have a track that kind of matches the property type, right? You don't want some super jazzy song in the most, in like a countryside looking property. You want to have not only audio that makes sense for a particular property, but good audio. I think this is something that can really enhance a video by using sound effects. And if there's a water feature, have some water movement, or if you're doing a like some quick transition, you can add some whooshes or some different sounds that just kind of make the video feel a little bit more premium. And also, if you're at a property with a real estate agent and they're doing the intro, all right, we're at this my latest listing, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath. You want to make sure that your audio is good for that as well. So make sure to monitor the audio levels. The last thing you want to do is put a voiceover on a video that's peaking or just isn't very good. Now, if you're out there, I recommend the Rode Wireless Go's. Those are great units for, cost effective. We use Sennheiser for years. But anyways, I'm not going to get into the technicalities of it. But yeah, having good audio on your real estate videos will definitely make your videos look more professional. So anyways, quick recap: white balance, framing and composition, variable focal length, shooting with the end in mind, shooting with the editing in mind, and then making sure you have good audio. And all those things will make your videos look more professional. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you're interested in learning more about the real estate photography business, you can check out my free workshop. The link is in the description below. That's going to do it for this one. Reach out if you have any questions. See you guys on the next one.